So by now, I'm sure you've heard there's a new Star Wars movie coming out. So let's play some Super Star Wars. So after the typical scrolling text at the beginning of any Star Wars film, we come upon Luke Skywalker in the Dune Sea, fighting off scorpions and what looks to be flying gremlins? You have to make your way through the Dune Sea while Luke relies solely on his trusty blaster. No lightsabers. Whereas the scorpions, well, they shoot tennis balls. That sounds really fair. And would a Dune Sea be a Dune Sea if it didn't come equipped with bigger scorpions that, when attacked, break into two smaller scorpions? Because, that makes sense. Then, out of nowhere, these wild Pokemon appear. Green boars with scorpion tails and tea leaves on their forehead. You gotta kinda wonder if that will pay off eventually. While you wait for your father's lightsaber to make his triumphant appearance, you can pick up blaster power-ups. They add a nice addition on taking these stupid enemy types out. If Luke survives long enough, you'll come across none other than Beetlejuice sandworms. Because they're aliens. Well, look who it is, our old pal Sarlacc pit monster. Because Luke Skywalker kills it, right? Not that new Boba Fett. Come on. So, I figured out that you have two choices. One, either figure out the pattern and wait patiently to defeat the giant tapeworm, or spam in the corner with blaster shots. That always works, right? Either way, beat the enemy and it's on to the next level. Then we're off in our land speeder with everybody's favorite protocol droid, C-3PO. It seems like the whole goal here is to kill 12 Jawas that are riding bumper cars? I don't even know, and you have to collect these beer kegs for fuel for the land speeder. Okay. After you take out the 12th bumper car driving Jawa, you're off to that sandcrawler way out there in the distance. Yep, there really isn't much else to see here, so let's move on. After we park our land speeder, we're outside the sandcrawler, where we see the Jawa walking without the bumper cars with their famous Utini! Did I even do that right? After that, off to the platforming. Here you perform a series of jumps that are not so fun to do. They're quite difficult to pull off, and this whole part is just frustrating. After 10,942 jumps later, 322 guns, and 75 Jawas, Luke can jump into the sandcrawler. I'll avenge you, Uncle and Emperor! Then you go on a Jawa killing spree. A bunch of platforming jumps with way too much blaster fire. You cross some spikes. You jump on this thing. And you come to this part. I literally tried everything. Everything. It turns out you just have to slide. I mean, come on. You press down, right, jump. Unless you have the instruction booklet, who's gonna figure that out? I'm sure glad I learned that slide move when I did. Now I have to dodge these retired waffle iron maker droids from Contra. Then you come across movie fan favorite, Lava Beast Jawinko. You remember that one, right? No? So we've come to a level that has recycled enemy types. We're seeing a lot of the enemies from the first few levels making a reappearance. They figured, hey, let's just throw in some sand people and everything will just be fine. Then we come across this part where there's some excessive platforming. It's really difficult, and you get to the— whoa, come on! Stupid sand person knocked me down. After another brutal platforming part, you come across— wait, Obi-Wan? What is he doing way out here? As you may have guessed, we finally have Anakin's lightsaber. The game is going to get good. So we start killing sand people. I don't know. And now Banthas? This feels more like episode 2 than episode 4. How did they fuck that up? I bet you know what's coming next. You guessed it, it's the mutant Womp Rat, just like the movie. Wow, another one of these parts. This time you have to kill 20 bumper car driving Jawas. Boring. After you make your way to Mos Eisley, you have to kill stormtroopers that parachute out of the sky with guns on their heads like hats, and the occasional Jawa. You get to the end of the level, you fight no boss, you find Chewbacca, and all of a sudden he's playable? Why couldn't you play as Obi-Wan? Naturally, I picked Chewbacca, and you go into the Cantina fight. You beat a bunch of scrubs, and then, wait, and Chewbacca slides? He looks literally like a moving carpet. A sliding carpet. Then you come across this thing. I don't even know what this is. The most generic boss name. Kalhar Boss Monster. In the title it says, I fucking suck. Then you unlock Han Solo, and you proceed to play the same level you played before you went to the canteen in the first place. There's this brief moment where the game doesn't repeat its prior level design. You fight off Kobra's forces, and then it's off to fight the maintenance droid. Star Wars wouldn't be complete without fighting a maintenance droid. I don't think there's been a more nonsensical level since I started playing this game, up till now. After you navigate your way through what is possibly the worst level in the game, you get to fight this thing. Even though it was manageable, it was still stupidly difficult. This level just shows how badass Luke Skywalker is, how strong he is with the Force. I mean, he gets hit with TIE fighters and barely budges. Wrong movie. I mean, is this Ed 209 from RoboCop? It looks like it. Now it's time to save the princess. You go down some corridors, you avoid the mecha thwomp, you jump on some platforms, you kill the droid spiders, you fight blue shrimp on unicycles, and then off to the detention guard boss. You know, just like episode 4. Isn't that what you remember? After what seems to be a never-ending level full of platforming, you come to this. I believe this was Obi-Wan's job in the movie, and somehow now Luke is doing it. And doesn't he just pull a lever or something? So here, the game decides to change it up on you a little bit. You get to be an X-Wing. Makes sense, goes along with the movie. I find you kind of just rock back and forth shooting shit. It's kind of stupid. Your objective is to kill 20 TIE fighters in 20 towers. Should be too difficult. Then you go in for the final trench run. Just like the movie. You go into first-person cockpit mode and you have to shoot down TIE fighters. Really, you're just trying to avoid these cinnamon-flavored Cocoa Puffs until you get to Darth Vader. I died so many times in this part. It's unreal. And what's up with this part?
Stay on target. Stay on target.
It sounds like it keeps saying, stay on target. Stay on target. Wait, the new movie just came out. So are they trying to predict the future by saying there'll be sale on merchandise for the new movie? That's crazy. So you take your shot. Woo! Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. I mean, I took several shots, but we won't talk about that. Well, thanks for stopping by my channel and watching my Super Star Wars video. I really appreciate that. If you enjoyed it, maybe this time leave it a like. And if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later!